Hey guys, it is that time of night again. Time for more Dota 2 action. I'm looking at games. Actually, looks like we struck gold because there are two games right on the front page that have not started yet. I'll browse a little further back just to see if there's anything else coming up, because I kind of feel like watching something silly, like low rating games, but doesn't look like there's anything. Alright, so we will hop into one of these games from front page? Second page. Oh god, I've lost it. Oh no, there we go, first page. Alright, so Daft versus K.I.D. Okay, we watched those guys yesterday, so let's watch this one. Alright, so, here we go. For all of you who are watching, by the time you watch this, it will be Thursday and or later. I am casting this on Wednesday night, which means that Thursday night I will be casting the AD2L Thursday League, which is the exact same as the Tuesday League, except just different teams. So there are going to be hopefully I will be casting between 6 and 9 PST. That is between 9 and midnight for you Easterners, and everybody else can just adjust their time zones. So feel free to, or don't feel free to, come check out the stream. I would love to have you guys there. It is Cptn.Canuck Dota on Twitch. You should be able to find me. I will post a link down below in the description so you guys can find it if you really want to, but it's definitely going to be a good time. The AD2L is a great league, and we've got a lot of really great amateur teams coming up through the pipeline that are going to be playing there. I know we're kind of in competition for the D2L, but hopefully the schedules don't overlap too much because we are playing in the evening. So definitely, like I said, come check us out. I'll be live streaming for the full 3 hours and whatever it takes to get all the games done, and then from there we will we'll see what happens. I will continue to do these videos as they come up, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really stoked, actually. Like I said, on Tuesday this week, yesterday,
5 seconds
I had my first blast of casting, and you know, it was really it was kind of a different experience casting live. Like, I've never casted live before. I've just done my own YouTube videos, and I usually try to avoid doing do-overs. Like, if I screw something up pretty bad, I'll just admit it and move on. And like, I don't. There's only been a couple times where I've been so blanked that I've like lost 30 seconds of airtime and just been like, all right, this video's getting cut. But you know, things were pretty different live. I had a couple mess ups with my hardware, but you know what? It's a bit of a learning experience, and hopefully today or / tomorrow will go smoother. And I'm really looking forward to it. I had a huge blast, and it was great seeing people in the chat appreciating my commentating. That meant a whole lot to me. Just a couple comments on my voice, or that they like this caster, it meant the world to me, and it really made me want to do more. Like, I casted 5 games that day, and my throat was dry by the end of the night because I just didn't stop talking. Like, I mean, like I said, I'm a solo caster, so I don't quite get enough time to sit there and drink back my water and be really calm about it. I'm just talking the whole time, and so doing 5 games in a row that night, I was just like, whoa. I finished the night, I was like, I'm feeling this, but you know, it's good. Anyways, back to the game. K.I.D, K.I.D versus Daft here. We've got an Outworld Devourer being the first pickup after the banning phase, which was Alchemist, Nature's Prophet, Bristleback, and Darkseer. So a couple games, or a couple teams that aren't quite, like, the Darkseer and the Nature's Prophet are both really good offlaners, but I don't think they're first ban material. I mean, that's kind of a matter of preference as well. I mean, I don't understand the Darkseer entirely, but the Nature's Prophet, at least, it's like, okay, we don't want to play against that style of Rat Dota, blah blah blah, you know, we can get rid of that early, it's just to eliminate the possibility of it.
10 seconds remaining.
Darkseer, like I said, still didn't understand, but Bristleback and Alchemist, very understandable. They've been top 2 bans in almost every game that I've watched in the last few days, or the last few weeks even. Anyways, OD responded by the Earthshaker and the Crystal Maiden, so like I said, I'm not sure about, like, okay, yeah, I like the OD first pick, I do, but the problem with an OD first pick is that you do leave yourself open to the OD counters, as the enemy team has 2 picks to adjust for that. And looks like they are not going to pick a direct OD counter in their first 2 picks. They're going to get their supports out nice and early, which is completely understandable. But now K.I.D had the opportunity to ban out the counter. So they get rid of the Nyx Assassin, which is a blatant and destructive counter to the OD. It's not seen very often because not many people play Nyx anymore, but if you're in a pub game and you see an OD on the enemy team, Nyx does wonders. The mana burn just forces him out of mana so much that after 1 or 2 Astrals, he's actually out of mana, and the Essence Aura. Yeah, there it is. The Essence Aura doesn't proc enough on your Astral Imprisonments that it really keeps you in good mana. So Nyx just outplays OD because he always has more mana than the OD, which means that he has the spells and he has the control in the lane. So he functions really well as a counter, so keep that in mind as you are drafting or playing out there on your own. The other 2 really good counters to OD are, of course, Razor and the Viper. Razor, mainly just because his static link persists through Astral Imprisonment, so if you run onto the OD and you static link him, he has to Astral you, which you're still getting damage, and then he walks away, and then when you come out, you're still hitting way harder than him. So you effectively zone him with that static link. So they're not going to opt to ban either of those heroes. They're going to ban the Spectre, followed by a Gyro ban. So fearing a little bit of AoE. Now picking up the Slardar, so they've got a little bit more stuns on their team, which is perfectly set up by these 2 supports. I actually like how they've run this. CM and Earthshaker is just going to give Slardar so much ability to just pound down on any heroes. It's a ton of lockdown. But Weaver, a really easy escape hero, which is going to be rough for this tri-lane. I think that this is the tri-lane here by Daff. They've got the Earthshaker, the Crystal Maiden, and the Slardar, and those 3 are going to be laning up against that Weaver inevitably. They could try to go aggro, but I think if K.I.D is smart about it, they'll rotate their lanes so that their Weaver is facing that tri-lane, because it's going to be really hard to die to that. Even with the amp damage later on, I think he should be fine, because by the time he can get amp damaged, he has time lapse. So if he gets caught out by a stun or something, he lasts just long enough, time lapses, and gets away. So I think he's fine. The Lich and the Lone Druid are the next 2 pickups. Lone Druid is just pretty solid offlaner in general. Actually, this Druid might be going mid. This could be a mid Druid, because Druid soft counters OD. Actually, he pretty hard counters OD. I'm not gonna lie. The OD basically has to choose between. Okay, so that's what it is. We've got the Lone Druid mid, we've got the clinkz on the offlane, and then we've got the tri-lane that I was speaking about earlier. So Lone Druid, just because he has the bear, and the bear doesn't rely on any stats whatsoever, he doesn't get astraled and just continues the last hit. So regardless of what OD does, Druid is always going to get last hits. clinkz is just a fantastic hero against this team. He's not going to function too great against OD in general, but I think against any member of this team, he's going to be able to explode Lich, Rubik, and OD. And the Weaver, once he gets an Orchid, it'll be a back and forth battle between the 2 of them. And I think clinkz beats Lifestealer any day of the week. So it looks like our lanes for this game are going to be a Lich, Rubik, Lifestealer defensive tri-lane, so they're going to go up on the safe lane. Weaver's going to be on the bottom lane as they are the dire side, and then OD is going to be taking up that mid. On the other side, we've got the tri-lane between Crystal Maiden, Earthshaker, and Slardar. Probably going to go aggressive. Actually, I'm not sure if they're going to go aggressive. They might not. The clinkz will be up on the off lane, and Lone Druid will head up towards the mid to stave off that OD. Let's get that up there. Gotta get my logo. I forgot about it last game. Sec, K, please wait, unpause. Earthshaker, unpause. Alrighty then. Anyways, so. Oh, these guys are gonna make it really hard. Okay, so I have got to remember. Alright, I just had to scribble down on a note document here that K.I.D is the team playing on the Dire side, and Daff is the team playing on the Radiant. They decided not to be nice about naming their team, and so now they've got some symbol. They've got no picture. These guys are ASDF, so showing up in game, I am not seeing either team name, but as I was saying, K.I.D, Dire, Daff, Radiant. And yeah, so it looks like it's going to be a defensive tri-lane here for the too. They actually have a lot of potential to kill early on. Like I said, this Weaver could have a really bad time if he gets caught out, but I think he should be okay. He functions well against mobility, which means that if he's smart about staying away from the fissure, all should be okay. Crystal Maiden should never get close enough to get a frostbite, and Slardar should never get close enough to get a crush. So all they're relying on is fissure, so CM can walk in, get the frostbite, and then Slardar to get the crush to follow it up. That's what they really want out of that. What? Okay, clinkz is mid. clinkz is mid. I don't like this as much. I definitely thought the Lone Druid was going to be up in mid, and he functions really well against the Outworld Devourer, but clinkz does not. I mean, he does okay. He does do some damage, but when he gets astraled up enough, he does... Oh, wow. Oh, what a perfect block off. I think this is going to be a dead OD. They don't have much here. I'd love to see a ward placed on the high ground so that they can get something off here by the Crystal Maiden. She goes around back, uses the Crystal Nova. He's still running away, pops off a Clarity, trying to make it, or not a Clarity, but a Tango, trying to make it away, and he does manage to escape. Crystal Maiden taking a good chunk of damage from that tower there. And wow, that was a really well executed game, but it just didn't work out for him. Earthshaker throwing out another fissure for good measure, but yeah, like I said, once this lane stabilizes, I think OD beats clinkz, because clinkz is going to have, I mean, he's going to have some mana to throw Searing Arrows, but once he starts to use it like this, he's down to like next to nothing, and wow, he is diving this hard. Why isn't the tower aggroing him?
First blood.
Oh, wow. He gamed that so hard. Oh, he did die to the creep. Wow, I didn't think he was going to. That was close. But okay, so take note, ladies and gentlemen, right here of what this clinkz did. If you watched him very closely, like I was saying, why didn't the tower aggro him? It's because every single time he attacked, he hit S right before he attacked. And that stop cancel was enough that the tower did not aggro him between the tower's attacks on the creeps. Therefore, he was able to pretend like he wasn't attacking the tower to the tower, which reduces aggro below the creeps, and then he managed to get off enough hits. So he is just going balls to the wall here, and it's actually going pretty well against this OD. Forced to use the Astral, and OD has no health left. I mean, he can tango if he wants, but I think he's got to go back right now. This is pretty scary. So, like I said, I usually thought that OD would beat a clinkz, but when you get this aggressive, get up in the OD's face, you can actually put out some heaping damage. OD needs to get those astral stacks up to get clinkz to the point where he's really not recovering enough mana to be able to spam his arrows. But, I don't know. Yeah, because now clinkz only has 4 arrows in him, and if he uses any, that's a percentage of his mana gone. So this lane has stabilized, and I think it's in OD's favor now, but I don't know. It's still a close one. Anyways, sorry, I've been paying attention to so much mid because of that gank and because of all that action that I haven't really gone to the bottom or top lane yet. So it looks like Weaver is doing alright. If we look at the last hits chart, he is really darn low though. They are keeping him zoned out pretty damn well. Up in the top lane, Lone Druid is doing a little bit better than his dire side counterpart, having 7 last hits and 1 deny. Oh man, they did get the Weaver dropping a sentry ward. Okay, so they had an aggressive lane ward up there, or they dropped that after. Yeah, they had, no. Oh, wow. I'm missing kills all over the place. Looks like clinkz tried to get a little bit too aggressive. What? Oh, man, I am behind on everything. Okay, alright, I've missed 3 kills already. Let's try not to make it anymore. Anyways, looks like an aggressive lane ward was up. They managed to get a frostbite off, finish off the Weaver. So enough lockdown to finish her off. clinkz looked like he went in a little bit too deep, tried to get that aggressive play off, and just got eaten alive by the OD. And I have no clue what happened. Absolutely not. This doesn't... yeah, I mean, with the TK, you could probably get a kill there. I'm trying to imagine how he was far up enough that those supports got that kill, because that was really close. Anyways, we do see a gank coming in here to the mid lane right now. They're looking for that clinkz, and they're going to get him. There is nothing stopping him right now. He gets TK'd up, tossed back towards the tower. They zap him. He's running away, but he evaporates. The kill actually went to the tower, so 245 gold is split amongst the Rubik, the Lich, and the OD. Down here, they're going to find a haste rune. Oh, TK her on the cliff. TK her on the cliff. We want to see that. Oh no, she's got a haste rune, and he's just trying to keep her there so he can get that TK. No! Come on, man, do it! We want to see it. We want to see it. We want to see it. It doesn't happen. The disengagement comes out, but they're going towards that Weaver here. He's Sakuchi's away, and he's going to run back towards his tower here. But if he gets caught by the sentry again, ooh, is he toast. He's staying really far back, though. He knows that that's there, and he's playing smart about it. Still only on 7 last hits. Looking at the last hits and denies, we have 30 for 4 now up on that Lifestealer. He is a very rich man. The 24 and 8 on the Slardar, 21 and 1 on the Lone Druid, and we were getting caught out again on the bottom lane here. So I was definitely thinking that he would be able to outmaneuver this, but it looks like that those long range fissures are just catching him, and you know, once that fissure hits, there's not much you can do. It's like a good 6-7 seconds of lockdown mixed with a bunch of damage. It's not something you can stand up to. This is an interesting Earthshaker build. I'm actually kind of curious about this. He's gone 2 points fissure, 2 points stats. I don't quite understand it. Like, the stats are good on him, ish, but I mean, with the Aftershock, like, why don't you get Aftershock? Aftershock is so good. Such a good ability. I don't know. It's up to him what he does. It's his game to win or lose as he pleases. clinkz getting right up in OD's face again, but he gets Astral. The supports are here to try to shut down this OD, but it's just not going to happen. clinkz popped out a little bit too early and gave himself away and lost that kill. So looks like he's going for a Soul Ring here. He's got the miner to buy it. He's just waiting to do so. Courier is going to Crystal Maiden with some wards on it. And down here, Weaver getting caught out again. Oh man, he's sprinting after him, and we'll see if it happens. But oh man, he's still level 5, and the Slardar's level 6. Slardar's diving really deep there, misses with the crush, and the Weaver's gonna turn around. That is not smart, dude. Not smart. You're gonna die. Oh, maybe not. Oh, yep, there he goes. The fissure comes in, finishes off that Weaver, and he gets gamed really hard. Nothing is going to be coming here to finish off this Slardar, unfortunately. No magical Sunstrikes. Lone Druid dies up on the top lane again to, I'm assuming, just a TK burst combo. That is really unfortunate. Like I said, both of these offlaners should be doing a lot better against their trialing. Like they should be safe. But I mean, I think what it comes down to is sometimes as an offlaner, especially in pubs, you kind of get that feeling of safety. Like you feel like the other tri-lane's giving up. You've seen them roaming. You know, you're like, okay, I can get a little bit more aggressive, and you start to move from like keeping your hero right here to keeping your hero right here, and that is all you need to do. You get up that far, and support comes in right here, gets a disable, and you're toast. And I mean, it happens to the best of us. I do it all the time. It's my biggest mistake on the offlane. It's like I know there's people waiting, and I'm over here, but I just inch up to here, and that gets me toast. And so I think that's what's happening here. Is like the Weaver is like, all right, looks like the supports are back. Don't really have to worry too much. Yeah, like you can see he's up here now, and I mean he knows these supports are elsewhere because he's seen it up on the top lane here, so he's fine. But at the same time, like you know, any time somebody could come out of these trees and just nail him. So I don't know. Lone Druid is sitting down here farming up the bottom lane because he does not have a bear after that death. He's got another 30 seconds to go without his loyal companion, and that is going to hurt him pretty darn hard. Oh man, I missed kills left and right. I'm really sorry about missing all these, but I mean these are both two really bursty teams. I mean between clinkz and Slardar and OD and Lifestealer, Weaver, it's just kind of one big shot at a time. I guess Weaver's a little more sustained damage than Burst, but
top tower is under
regardless,
attack.
yeah, the kills are happening fast, and I'm happening a little slow.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Fortification's going to get dropped here. Crystal Maiden actually pulling this lane so that they can get some extra time with their creep wave. I really like that maneuver. That was really well done. Looks like there's going to be some action on this bottom lane. Oh man, Rubik's got himself an Invis rune. He's coming in on the Lone Druid. DK goes out, gets thrown down right after he resummons the bear. If he loses this, this is going to be catastrophic. He'll be down for 90 seconds. He tries to use ulti for him to get out of that, but 90 seconds down on that bear again, and this is just so rough for him. He's 0-4-0, and when you shut down a Lone Druid like this, I mean, he is just so hard to come back with. I mean, he can farm okay, but the fact that you need to supply both yourself and your bear with your items makes it that much more difficult to get things going. So, I mean, I can't, like I said, it was his own poor play that got him caught out a couple times, but at the same time, it's not entirely his fault. Like, things are just nasty from the beginning. Anyways, OD coming in, getting his gank off here on that Slardar. He's going to be toast. That's, okay. He's not on as big a killing spree as I thought. They thought they might have been getting some bonus gold for that, but they do not. OD picks up that kill, and 5 to 8 is your kill score here at 10 minutes into this game between Team Kid and Team Daff. K.I.D, not sure if that stands for something or not, but K.I.D, Kid for now. Also, ladies and gentlemen, something that you should be looking into for your own play. Tread switching. Very important one. OD is keeping his on strength right now because he wants that extra HP, but if you are proficient enough to have the state of mind to switch your treads in a crisis situation, it is better to be having them on intel right now. Obviously, as OD, it gives you more mana, it gives you more intel, it gives you more damage. Now, that works out, I mean, that just helps you last hit. It's what you want to do. It gives you more health. And then, when you get into a fight, when you're starting to get low, swap your treads to strength, and I will finish explaining in a moment. Oh man, Earthshaker comes in, drops the Echo Slam. They're going to try to get this Rubik, but he is making his way away from that fight, and it's going to be fine. This Runestone is going to be dewarded. clinkz is coming in though. He's chasing this deep, and he's definitely going to get Rubik. There he goes, pops out, one flaming arrow, and he gets it. He's going to get the Lich too. Lich drops in behind the tower, and clinkz is just going to skeleton walk away. He is totally fine right now. And, oh man, the Slithering Crush misses, but the Fissure hits, and they're not going to continue onto this OD. Trying to dish out some damage here to the Earthshaker, but I think he's going to drop underneath this tower here. There's just so many heroes. And there he goes, he drops. So, they do manage to get out by playing the tower aggro a little bit, and 8 to 8 is the kill score. They have evened this up. But yeah, back to tread switching. So, like I said, tread switching. You get 8 of your selected attribute bonus. Now, each point of strength increases your hit points by 19. Let's just say 20 for the sake of even rounding, but that is 160 extra health when you switch your treads from intel to strength. Now, the same goes for intel. You get 1 point of damage per each point of intel, which means that, ooh, nice tango coming out here. Coming out on that Lifestealer right there, but the Fissure is blocking the bear off and will not mean they'll get a kill. But Sentry Ward is down, so that Weaver is not completely impervious. Lifestealer gets picked up here, and Weaver drops shortly after. 2 kills going down, and Lone Druid's got himself a little bit of pocket change now that he can start to do something with. So, on OD, without factoring in the fact that he'll have Arcane Orb up and blah 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 blah, he gets 8 extra damage from having his treads on intel. When he switches to strength, he gets 190 extra life, which means that you can be doing 8 extra damage per each of your attacks for the entire fight, and then in the very last second, switch your treads, and you instantly gain that 160. I don't know where that number came from. 160 life. Alright, yeah, so moral of the story, if you got the presence of mind to switch, do it, because it will benefit you in small ways, but it will benefit you in many positive ways. I had a game just earlier today where I dueled somebody one-on-one. It wasn't a Legion Clan duel, but it was just me and him were fighting it out, and I lived with 150 HP, and actually no, not 150 HP. I lived with like 50 HP. And that was only because I had kept my treads on intel the entire time. I was playing an intel hero, and then I switched at the very last second to strength, giving me that boost of health that he did not have, and he ended up dying. So, it was fantastic. Do it, learn it, figure it out. It will benefit you in all the right ways. Also, I mean, I don't want to stay on this tangent for too long, because there is a game to cast, but as well, before you cast spells, if you switch to intel and then switch back, the percentage difference will save you a couple mana here and there. Because the way Dota works is that when you're maximum... What? Who picked off who where? Oh, up in the top lane. Weaver got nailed by the clinkz. The clinkz now has an Orchid, so there's no more Sakuchi or Time Lapse available, and he's going to have to waddle away from every single clinkz gank, which is no good for him. But yeah, so the way Dota life and mana works is when your maximum increases, your base becomes whatever percentage of what it was before. So if you have 100 mana, or if you have 100 maximum mana and 75 available mana, and then you gain 100 mana, you will go to 150 because you increase. Or is that correct? No, you would go to 100 because it becomes the same. It becomes the same percentage. So if you have, oh man, fights going out here. Astro goes out on the Lone Druid, but jumping in on that Rubik is the life and Slardar, and he gets a kill there. Tango goes out on the Life Stealer, and Crystal Maiden ulti dealing so much damage here, finishes off the Lich and the OD. Huge deal there. 4 heroes dead for K.I.D, and now Life Stealer's just going to infest into a creep and try to run away. He does manage to dodge the Crush, not activating his drums, but he's just going to rage TP, and there is no bash or entangle to keep him there. Wow. Alright, so back to my tangent. I apologize that this is taking so long. So yeah, if you had 100 maximum mana, and then you had 75 mana, and then you increased your mana pool by 100 to 200, you would then have 75%. Oh Jesus. Yeah, 75%, which would be 150 mana. So your base mana increases proportionate to your maximum mana. So switching your treads to Intel before you cast a spell, and then back afterwards, will effectively make your spells cost a fraction less. So it doesn't make a big deal, but if you watch professional casts, you'll see that every time they go to cast a spell, they'll switch their treads, and every time they're really low on health, they'll switch it to strength. And it's a fantastic way to play if you have the presence of mind to do it. Anyways, I am done with that. Back to the game casting full time. I apologize, but cool little trick for the newbies out there, and it's something to work on if you are kind of at that amateur good level, like that 4,000 to 5,000, or I'd say 3,500 to 4,500 MMR range. That's where people start to figure this stuff out, and I mean, sooner is better, but if you're at about that range and that's something you haven't picked up, that will increase the potency of your game, so look into it. Anyways, Blink Dagger now off on Slardar, so he is going, oh my Jesus, clinkz going all the way, picks up the Life Stealer, but he does get dusted and levitated, but the Slardar jumps in, gets a great Slithering Crush on all three, but the Lich ulti is going to go out and do tons of damage, not going to finish anybody off though, and the Lich drops to the Fissure, and looks like, oh man, with that Echo Slam, Weaver's going to go down, and this game is sliding in the way of DAF really, really quick. They've just started to run away with this, and their heroes are just, I mean, they've all been playing it so well. Every single play has been clutch, every single fissure has been hit, and every single pick-off by the clinkz has been inefficient. And oh man, they get the OD here. Lich is going to come out, but he's going to drop shortly after, and this is just a slippery slope. You don't want to fall down. Look at this. It was going moderate until about 10 minutes here. And, oh man, Life Stealer's coming out. He's going to try to go on this earthshaker, and he does actually manage to pick him up. clinkz is not continuing to attack him. Runs underneath the tower, and he's not going to fall, but, man. So yeah, like I was saying, experience and gold both look like the exact same thing right here. It was about even until about 10 minutes, and then you just see this roaming start to come in, and people start losing teamfights, and now it's just shot upwards. So DAF definitely taking a firm hold of this game right here, and they really need to make, oh man, like, the K.I.D needs to make something happen. What that something is, I'm not entirely sure. I think what they really need is a smoke gank to just pick off heroes, because they weren't farming poorly at the beginning of the game. Life Stealer is still the top last hit score, but they just haven't been getting these ganks, they haven't been getting these towers, and they're being outmaneuvered because the enemy team is ganking harder, and they've got that clinkz on their side, and he can just do things like this clinkz is just out of control. They need to, it is a blinks too, they do need to, I think what they need is just a really good smoke gank, and they need a full solid team fight with all 5 members of their team. They need to execute it well, because each team fight we've seen, Gaff has gotten the jump on them. They've gotten in behind them.
Dire's
clinkz has blown up the
bottom
support.
tower is under
Crystal
attack.
Maiden's been able to channel a full ultimate, and Lone Druid has not been touched whatsoever. So I think that's really what they need. They've got a Desolator up on this Lifestealer. I'm not sure if that's the wisest first choice. He might have been better going for the Armlet, considering the amount of burst damage on the other team. Who died where? Oh, down in the bottom lane. Lifestealer just gets a free solo kill here. clinkz getting chased down here, but nothing's going to happen. OD actually saving the Rubik with that Astral Imprisonment. Very nice. Got to keep my eye on this clinkz, man. There's kills wherever he goes. 15 and 3. Damn, I didn't think he was that far ahead. Holy camole. 15 and 3. That is nuts. He has more kills than the entire enemy team combined. That is not a stat that you want to be looking at. Now finally getting some points in Aftershock, the Earthshaker. Wow, what a fissure. He's gonna run in there. The OD is gonna astral himself, but that only gives them time to set up further. They get right in there. clinkz jumps in, blows up the Lich, blows up the Rubik, and not gonna go for the Weaver, but fully channeled ulti by the Crystal Maiden Cave. clinkz finishes up that kill, gets a quadra kill. That is 4 now, and if he manages to get this, oh man, he doesn't get Weaver quite. But if he had gotten Weaver, that would have been a rampage. Oh my god, that would have been incredible. Anyways, 3 Blink Daggers on the side of Daff right now. So I was talking about getting outmaneuvered at the beginning, and I think now there is no way that K.I.D can outmaneuver Daff in any way. Like I said, like even with a smoke gank, teammates are going to be there so fast, and they're going to be jumping in the back. Like, oh man, clinkz out of nowhere. They do levitate him. They're going to do a little bit of burst, but it's not going to finish him off. He's just going to wait, skeleton walk, and go. Weaver's continuing to chase this, though. He is dusted, so they can't see him, but Weaver can't do anything. The Slardar actually falls to the OD and saves the Rubik again with that Astral. Very well played by him. They do deny the mid tower, so this OD's actually been playing really damn good considering how poorly a game he's had. I mean, he got ganked at mid at level 1 and put his laning phase behind. He had that skirmish with clinkz right in the mid. It was just kind of ugly. clinkz started picking him off, but he has been playing well when it matters. He's getting the clutch plays, he's getting great astrals, and he's been dishing out the damage on the heroes that it matters on. So props to this OD. Like I said, he's getting a bit of a shit stick here because of the, 4 Blink Daggers? Holy shit! Lone Druid's the only one left, and, I mean, come on Druid, buy a Blink Dagger. Get with it. He's got himself a Radiant, so he doesn't really need it. There is a Weaver with a Lifestealer infestation. Boom, they're going to pop out and try to burst down this Lone Druid. He's actually going to try to TP away, and it is not enough. He drops, and so that was very close, actually. He was probably a second or a millisecond or two off of getting home, but does not manage to here. clinkz looking for the pickoffs. He's going to find some. Oh, he walks right underneath the sentry. They do see him, though, and he goes on the Rubik first because he knows that's the one that can TK him. 2 kills, 3 kills. Oh, no. The Stealth broke that last searing arrow and manages to save the Weaver's life, but 2 kills there, and there's nothing they can do about it. It's just so rough for them right now. Look at these Blink Daggers, man! Look at these Blink Daggers, they're everywhere! This Crystal Maiden was like over here, like farming up this camp, and she's like, blink, boom, frostbite, screw you. Oh my god. This is just absurd. 22, they call GG. They just throw their hands up in the air and they can't deal with the clinkz. I don't blame them one bit. That clinkz is just out of control, and I mean, that's something you. I mean, you. I'm trying to tell myself, or I'm trying to inform you guys of what they should have done, and I can't quite formulate a thought on that. Look at this, 4 Blink Daggers. So I think where everything went wrong is when that clinkz really started ganking. What needed to happen, especially for the Dire side, which is Team K.I.D here, they needed supports to have like sentries and TP scrolls on them all times, every single moment of this game. And in that mid game, when the clinkz started ganking, they needed to just be ready to jump onto him and turn it around, because clinkz is not effective if you can shut down his ganks. I mean, he is effective if he gets farmed and whatnot, but his real strength lies in those mid-game ganks. And this game, the mid-game ganks never ended because he killed the enemy team so long that they never exited the mid-game. He just got pick-off after pick-off after pick-off after pick-off, and they were never ready for it. They never had the wards in place. They never had the sentries in the river. They didn't have what it took to, shut them down and prevent them from completely demolishing them. And that's exactly what happened. 22 kills, 3 deaths, 1 assist is this clinkz. 929 XP per minute. That is absurd. But yeah, so that's it. Game is over. You guys saw it. I don't have to tell you too much more about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check me out at the AD2L. I will be casting this from my own personal Twitch TV channel, which is Cptn.Canuck Dota. I will include a link in the description of this video, so please feel free to check it out. I guess the game has ended, so I got booted here. But regardless, like I said, thank you guys for watching my videos. Thank you guys for subscribing. Please check out Twitch. I will be casting AD2L games. That is the Amateur Dota 2 League. If you'd like to see what teams are participating or what the schedule is like, please check out amateurdota2league.com. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching.